Welcome to the Let's Get Cozy Book Club podcast. This week we are chatting about our initial thoughts on Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. So grab a blanket, a warm beverage, and cozy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo. So, Liz, looks like you had some fun in Disney.
Yes. Lots of fun. We went to Star Wars World. Went on. That was pretty fun. I thought they did a very good job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm referring to the Grogu ears on your head.
Oh.
For those who are watching, if you're listening, Liza has Grogu ears on her
I'm the
head.
baby Mandalorian today. I was inspired. This is the gift for Sebastian's niece. And yeah, I felt inspired to wear them today.
Cute. We're kind of talking about like fantasy books ish. So,
Yeah, it's kind of part of the
creatures.
vibe.
It's kind of part of the vibe. Fun. What was your favorite part of Disney? And we also did Universal.
We also did Epic Universe, which was pretty cool too. I like the roller
Mm-hmm.
coasters. I didn't realize how much I missed them. They were very fun. I hadn't been on one in ages.
I know. Yeah, it was super
The
fun. Kind of
It was
scary
super
though.
fun. Like it was Stardust Racer, I think. It was a pretty big roller coaster, and that was you like go like up and you go down and you get like
Hmm.
twisted, and
Hmm.
it was pretty wild. It was very fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, lots of fun. Good times. A
What
little
was your
cold, but
favorite?
we braved the cold. My favorite, I liked kind of like more the experience rides. Like I liked the Rise of the Resistance one where you were like, you know,
Oh, that was cool
being
seeing.
you're captured by the First Order, and then you saw all the stormtroopers and like run around in the car. I thought that was fun. I also enjoyed the like villains ride we did
That was very
at
fun.
Epic Universe. So and I liked the Mario Kart ride too. That
Oh,
was
and
fun.
Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, Bowser's Castle. So very, very fun. Had a great time. I agree. I hadn't been on like rides in a while, and it was good. Like adrenaline
Yeah,
seeking experiences. So that was fun. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Kyle was the only one who got a little sick from that.
Got a little motion sick. Yeah. Yeah. But he did okay. It was just the Millennium Falcon ride. He
Yeah.
kind of we lost a pilot, but he did better after that. So yeah, no, it was super fun and yeah, fun hanging with the Rents and you guys. And we missed Lily, but it's okay. She'll probably have another. She went to Disney several
Many
times
times.
as a child without us, so
And
it's all right.
this weekend, she was in Sweden, in Stockholm, which also looked very lovely.
Yes, yes. So she was in Stockholm, which I think is actually kind of fitting for our book discussion, Stockholm Syndrome.
Oh, it's like, where are you going with this?
Yeah. So, we'll get into that later, but I just thought it was kind of funny.
You have some big news.
Well, yeah, I've been doing a lot. I feel like since vacation I came back and it's been kind of crazy. We've been going to like open houses, and we may be putting an offer in on a condo today. Well, fingers crossed. We're still kind of we toured it yesterday and loved it, and we're really excited.
That's
So we'll
very
see.
exciting.
It is very exciting. It is very competitive right now. So we're trying to stay level headed about it in case we don't get it, since it's pretty normal. So yeah, but we're really excited. And fingers
Manifest it.
crossed, we're manifesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been doing that. I went to a friend's birthday party. It was like girls' night out. We did like a
Oh, that's
craft.
what GNO. I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. Yeah, GNO. We all had
Got
like
it.
matching PJs. It was hilarious. Yeah, I did a craft. It was fun. We made like
What
little
kind of
clay.
craft?
We made like little clay magnets
Like,
that you
what
like
was
bake in the
yours?
oven. I made like a piece of
I thought you said
pizza.
bacon. You made a piece of
Well, I did
bacon.
make a lot of food related things. I made like a piece of pizza and like some Cheez-Its, which everyone complimented my Cheez-Its. They looked really real. And what else did I make? I forget.
So
But
it was
yeah.
like colorful clay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I remember
Mm-hmm.
doing this as a child.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was fun. Yeah.
Interesting. Is this like at a bar or is this at someone's house?
No, it's at my friend Diana's house. It was
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun.
Yeah. And then what else? I've been watching Bridgerton lately. Lily's been watching as well. Season 4. It's okay. I think like I enjoyed the initial seasons of Bridgerton. This season I'm not as into. So it's a very slow burn. So yeah.
I couldn't get through the first season, which
Really?
yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of
I don't know.
surprised. I thought you'd
I
like
think it's
it.
only like the first episode. I don't even know if I got through that. Um, no, I just read a Regency romance, so like I do love this era.
Wait,
Maybe
have
I
you read
should.
a Bridgerton
I
book?
I have not read the book, so maybe I should do that, and that might help me get into it.
I
But
think I read one or two of them.
there's
I
just a
remember
lot.
liking them. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I
I just
remember
don't.
liking the book, but the show's fun. I like it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have a hard time getting into like historical TV shows for whatever reason.
Mm. It's not really historical. It's fiction. I mean, like it's in a historical time period, but it's pretty fictitious, I would say. So, I don't know. There's that. What else have you been reading lately?
Do we want to talk about A Forbidden Alchemy? Did you finish it?
I did not finish it. I'm like
Oh,
halfway through,
oh,
but we
okay.
should talk about it because I don't know if I'm gonna finish it, to be honest.
Oh, you're not a fan.
I'm not a fan. I think just like it's really long, and I thought I could try to read two books at once, and it was too hard. So I feel like I need to finish Hazelthorn, and then I can go back to A Forbidden Alchemy. But yeah, do you
So
want to
this
give
was the,
like the
yeah.
listeners a recap of what this
Yes,
book's
so this
about?
was the other book that Lydia pitched that did not get selected, but I was
Yes.
also reading it for a book club and I did finish it, but I won't spoil it. So basically, it's in Bellavere. People are either crafters or artisans, and Nina's born a crafter, but she'll do like anything to not be one. She wants to be an artisan. At the age of 12, every child goes to the Capitol and they have this like magical test to see if they are an artisan or have magic inside of them. And at this siphoning ceremony, she meets Patrick and they kind of like are little nix-nookses and like get into trouble. And they find that like in some, I don't know, basement, there's these two substances. One substance that is like for the crafters and one substance that's for the artisan. So basically, like crafters will always be crafters and artisans will always be artisan. And they steal both of them. And when it's Nina's turn, she takes the artisan substance and she becomes the first earth charmer in the last 100 years. And Patrick, he wants to go home, so he takes the train and goes home. And basically, they don't see each other for 13 years. Patrick goes home and tells his family, and this kind of starts the revolution with the
Yeah, that like the
crafters trying to.
process is like rigged,
Yeah,
essentially. Like there's no chance you're moving up in society. It's like kind of like class warfare situation.
yes. And Patrick has become the leader of the resistance. And he captures Nina and wants to use her powers to help him end this war against the artisan. Yeah, and so basically it's just there's a messy love triangle and Nina is trying to end the war in a different way than Patrick. And so there's kind of different people's agendas all happening at once. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I got to
I
like
don't
the
know. It was pretty
middle
good.
where he just captured her and like they're in his town and she's like learning about the town and then she runs into Theo again, who is the I'm guessing I didn't get that far, but like he's the other part of the love triangle, which he is a water chimer. And Nina met Theo in school at artisan school, and they were like dating in high school. I don't, not high school, but like whatever in their school, and then they got separated during the
War.
Revolution
Yeah.
War. But he's kind of hoity-toity and like always been an artisan, and his family's super rich. But then she learns that he has joined the resistance, and Patrick has also captured him to help. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in the book. There's no spiciness. Is there spiciness at the end or anything?
Um, I wouldn't. It's not a very spicy book. No, it is not. I just
Okay.
read a Why Choose novel, and that was very spicy. So no,
Oh, this was tame.
this is very tame.
Okay.
It is a trilogy, which I didn't realize. I thought it was a duology. So, because I thought the ending was kind of lame, but there's two more books after this. So that kind of made a little more sense
Oh,
that there's a
okay.
lot more to come.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've liked it so far. I think just like the middle has gotten a little long, and then I mean, it's definitely like Hunger Games vibes for a slightly older audience, I would say. But there isn't really any spiciness, so I guess teens could maybe read it too. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I didn't know it was a
Anyways,
trilogy, but
I I didn't either. I learned that. The next book comes out in July, so
are you gonna
got some
read it?
time. Probably every book right now is like a
A
duology or a
trilogy?
trilogy. So like I have like 1,000 books to read, which is like it's a commitment starting one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm really kind of like against starting new things. But I mean I'm already in
Till
it,
you
so now
finish
I'm
the
gonna
old stuff.
finish it. So I am trying not to start any new ones until I've like gotten caught up with other ones.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like that's like a good writing tactic is to like have a trilogy or duology in mind with your book.
As a reader, I would prefer to read all of them at once. I would rather wait till all three are out and then I can read
Okay.
them boom, boom, boom
You
than
like
like
to
wait.
binge read.
I like to be in the world, like you're then just consumed in that world. And I enjoy that a lot more than like having to wait a year and then try to remember what happened.
Yeah, for sure. I I guess I haven't read like a trilogy in a while. I guess I started reading Akatar, those, but I only finished the second one. I didn't get as into it as others. So, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
read
more
the
binge TV, I think, than I do books.
I can sometimes binge book if I have them all, but yeah. But then there's the other thing of like missing out. Like if everyone is reading Quicksilver and then I'm like a year late to the game, I'm like, oh, now I get why everyone was obsessed with this book, and now, so
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I think
you know,
I'm not as in tune to like the new stuff that comes out. Yeah. I'm getting there though. Like I think like, you know, I've been reading more, but reading two books at once was kind of a lot for me. I don't think I could do it. You tend to read like four books at a time, right?
I think it's the manifesting generator thing where like I think four is my max, and then I'm like, dude, you can't keep doing this to
That's a
yourself. There's
lot.
too many threads to like keep in your head. So then I like have to like cut myself off and like finish something or just get rid of something if I'm not going to end up finishing it. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
Anyways,
lot.
should we get
Yeah,
into it?
let's talk about Hazelthorn. I'm excited. This has been an interesting book so far.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot
Uh,
happening.
I read up to page 178.
I read to page 137, which I think was kind of a good ending point because
I
it
did
got
not stop
us
at a good
to,
spot.
yeah,
Where
I
did you?
stopped at
Where
like a
did you?
good spot, which is like when the rest of the family arrives, so like
Mm.
Bane and Azalea arrive, and like Laurie's like, let's go to the garden. I'll show you where it all happened, which we'll get into. And that's where I ended, kind of on a cliffhanger. So,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah.
So we will be doing some spoilers and hopefully not
Mm-hmm.
spoil the entire book, but I didn't finish it. So, because like I purposely stopped because I wanted to
Good.
enjoy it as we
Good.
go through.
Yeah. I'll do the recap for
Okay.
everybody. So, Evander, who is 17, he lives in the Hazelthorn estate with his reclusive billionaire guardian, Mr. Lennox Hall. Evander's parents and Laurie's parents, and Laurie is Mr. Lennox Hall's grandson. So, Evander's parents and Laurie's parents all died in a car accident when they were like 10 years old. So then Mr. Lennox Hall is now the guardian for Evander and Laurie. And for Evander's safety, he's like locked away in a room at the Hazelthorn estate, and he's given 3 rules by Mr. Lennox Hall. Evander can never leave the estate, he can't go in the gardens, and he, most importantly, can't be left alone with Laurie, essentially, who Evander thinks is charming, but also like hates him immensely. And then when Mr. Lennox Hall suddenly dies, Evander thinks he's been murdered. So Evander investigates and finds things out about the family that he doesn't expect, and everyone is a suspect in the murder, including Evander.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of an
Let's talk about
intense
Evander.
book.
Because
Yeah,
there's a lot happening.
he's an intense kid, teenager. There's a lot going on.
Yes. So he's been basically trapped at Mr. Lennox Hall's house since his parents died. And yeah, so basically he's like locked in this teeny tiny room and he just I don't know what he does all and he like reads, he goes to like
Reads.
school online and the only person who he like really interacts with is the butler who delivers him food and his medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's giving me like Princess Locked in the Tower vibes. Also, like, do you remember the movie The Secret Garden
Yeah.
from
Mm-hmm.
childhood? And there was that little sick boy who had polio and he like wasn't allowed out of his room.
I don't
That's
remember this
also,
part,
oh
but
yeah, it was like really sad. And then at the end, he
oh,
like leaves and then he like learns how to walk and all that sort of thing.
oh, I don't remember that part
I
of the
was,
movie, but
yeah,
okay.
it's like well, the movie haunts me because like this little girl, she's like kind of like she's this orphan and she lives at this creepy estate. And her parents, I don't know, they somehow died in it was like a cruise. There was like elephants that trampled them. I don't know what it was.
What?
Anyways, that was part of her memory and she was hiding under the bed. And yeah, and so there was this garden, and she finds the key, and then like she has this memory of her mom saying, "I'm in the garden," and then she's like trying to like find her mom, but her mom's like very dead. So,
I feel like I don't
anyways,
remember this.
this movie has haunted me. So like but this like
Oh,
movie reminds me of this book, so I'm into
okay.
it.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so Evander is like locked in this room all day. He does not come out. He's been there for like 7 years since he was 10 years old. There was some sort of incident that were alluded to at the beginning that happened when between him and Laurie when he was 10, which is why he's like locked in the tower now, like since then. And yeah, he kind of is like I mentioned Stockholm syndrome earlier because Lily was in Stockholm, but he kind of is like, oh, Mr. Lennox Hall's like my guardian, he cares for me, blah blah blah. But he's also the one that's like trapped him away and like basically just like medicates him and like so he doesn't have his episodes because Evander has like a mysterious illness and we just like get like little bits and pieces like because it's from Evander's perspective and he's like kind of a tortured soul and like has no memory of anything that happened before he was like 10 or like this like crazy incident happened in the garden and he's like mentions like having surgery and has like scars all over him, and like he doesn't really like remember what's wrong with him, but he knows he gets like has like episodes where he like forgets what happens and like wakes up in like a random place and like has like no concept of what happened, so he like takes this medication to like avoid episodes.
Yeah, and we don't know if this is at all related to his if he has autism, and then this is like somehow like trying to medicate him for that, or if this is something totally made up or something totally different. Yeah, it's kind of all a mystery, and we're like trying to figure it out along with Evander, and
Yeah.
we don't know.
But yeah, he like mentions like pinching himself a lot, so he has like bruises all over him, and he like it kind of like he kind of like talks internally like back and forth with himself, where he's like, "Stop being so like anxious and like blah 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 blah," and then like he kind of has like a really dark, negative internal monologue, and he's also always like really hungry. So I think, and like at the beginning of the book, and the author mentioned that there's like eating disorder, or like that's like kind of prevalent throughout the book. So he mentions like always being hungry and like obsessed with like sinking his teeth into things, and like he's kind of creepy too. Talks about like death a lot, and like wants to like murder people. But also like well, like Laurie specifically like wants to murder him, but like also like kind of like loves him. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, so we like have no clue what's going on. And again, like he has like no memory of anything that happened before he was 10. So we're learning.
Speaking of murder, it kind of like opens with Mr. Lennox Hall, or the billionaire guardian. Well, does he invite Evander down for tea? Anyways, Evander goes to see him.
No, the door's unlocked.
Oh, the door just comes unlocked, and Evander goes to check on Mr. Lennox Hall.
Yeah, well, so the door's never unlocked. So like,
and
Evander hears the door
creeps
unlocked,
out, and he sees that
he's
Laurie's
like, "Whoa,
there."
okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What's Laurie doing here?" And then he goes to and finds Mr. Lennox Hall in the conservatory, and he's drinking this tea, and then all of a sudden he just starts like choking, and there's like a vine growing in his like mouth, and he dies.
Yeah. So this is like all happening while Evander's like talking to him, and everyone's like, "What are you doing out of your room?" But like the only people there at this time are Mr. Lennox
That we know
Hall.
of.
Yeah, so he's dead. Evander, Carrington, who's the butler,
Who served the tea?
who served the tea, and he's also the person that brings Evander his meds usually and food. And then Laurie, who's like there on whatever school break he's on. Laurie is usually at boarding school, so Evander only sees him like periodically when he's like on like breaks from school. Mr. Lennox Hall is dead. He like always would tell Evander that he was like out on business, but like was never actually gone. Just like didn't want to see
he's very
Evander.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Basically, we start learning these things about like this his guardian, and who he like idolized and thought was like loved him and cared for him, but we're like finding out like not sure that was really the case.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mr. Lennox Hall is like always hanging out in his conservatory, which
And keeps Evander locked up, even though he's there.
And we learn like we don't know why he's locked up all the time. And like we also learn that like he does surgeries.
That was a little weird.
I don't really know.
I was like, wait, what?
Well, Evander like refers to like having multiple surgeries that like Mr. Lennox Hall like performs on him. It's kind of like Frankenstein vibes a little bit, which was one of the rides at Universal. There's like weird surgeries. Evander has all these scars. Mr. Lennox Hall does the surgeries. And then so Laurie's there as well, which like why don't you explain who Laurie is a little bit?
So Laurie is also 17. He is the grandson of Lennox Hall, and he also, so he has like this brace on his arm because when the boys were little, they were playing in the garden. This is like the story that we know of, and all of a
Hmm.
sudden, we don't know what happened, but Lori was like pushing Evander into the dirt. Like he was going to bury him alive or something like that.
Yeah.
And Evander was like, no, don't do this. And he bites Lori on the arm, like to the bone.
Hmm.
And Lori's is screaming and there's blood. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Lennox Hall comes. And then that's like kind of like when Evander blacks out and he doesn't really know what happens.
I think he hits him in the head with the shovel, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. That's my
Or
understanding.
that's what they allude to.
Yes.
But yeah, so he like, and it's like very detailed describe of him like having like the dirt coming over his face, and he's like screaming, and then he like grabs Lori's arm and like bites it like to the tendon, and like I don't know. He kind of
Yes.
talks about it in a way that he like liked it, which was like kind of creepy and weird. So
Yeah. And since then,
Evander,
Lori's,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
he's
Go
had
ahead.
like, he's been wearing this brace, and then Grandpa's doing weird surgeries on him to try to heal or fix the issue there.
Well, yeah, his arm is like useless basically now.
Yeah,
Or it's
because
like at least like forearm
Grandpa's not
down.
really a surgeon. He's just doing weird
Just
things.
trying, just trying it
I
out for
don't
fun.
know what he's doing, but he's
Yeah, and then Lori also says like Grandpa used to like beat him too and stuff. Evander's like kind of obsessed with Lori, but like hates him for like doing this, but like also he like mentions he's like beautiful and like Lori like alludes to them like playing as like kids, and I think they were like close as children, but
hmm.
like Evander doesn't remember any of it. So
And
yeah.
everyone hates Lori. I don't know
Everyone
why, but
hates him.
every family member just hates him. Like
Yeah, Grandpa hates him. Everyone else who comes who hates him.
auntie, cousins, all of them just
Yeah,
hate him.
yeah. Yeah. So the death happens. Those are all the people who are there, and plus the butler, which we mentioned. He's just
Mhm.
the butler's just like we don't know a lot about him, Carrington, but he's just like always there at the estate. He's been there forever. Like never took a vacation. So then like the will reading happens, which like this lawyer Dawes comes and he's like a young lawyer, and Lori's like, where's the actual lawyer, the old guy? And he's like, oh, I'm taking over now. The old guy, the old partner is like sick right now, so like I'm taking over this matter, and I'm going to read the will just to you two without any other family members present. Which is kind of odd. Inherits everything. So he's the only heir to the estate, the Hazelthorn estate, and the $1.1 billion, which is crazy. And he gets it all. Evander's 17, and he gets it all when he turns 18. And in the meantime, I forget who's his Dawes just like handling it. But if anything happens to Evander before he turns 18, it all goes to charity.
And Oleander, she's the new guardian of the boys. She's like the evil aunt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so she comes. Why don't you explain her and the cousins?
Well, basically, yeah. So Grandpa dies, and they're all like searching for money. They're all like coming out of the cracks all of a sudden, and they're like
Mm-hmm.
trying to get their piece of the pie. And so Oleander, she's the first to arrive, and she's just kind of like a mean lady. Like
Mean old lady.
we don't know why her and Grandpa like didn't get along. She
He
has
like
this,
he banned everyone from the estate too. We should
yes.
mention. I don't know if we said that, but he's like did not allow visitors other than like Lori periodically, but like no one else came to Hazelthorn ever. That we know of, I guess, that Evander knows of.
Correct. And we don't know if it's because like the garden is like evil and like eats people, or if it's because like everyone just wants his money, or Grandpa's just really weird. We we don't really know like the reason for this. And Oleander comes and she like wants to basically redecorate the entire estate because it's kind of like it's really gross. Like there's all these like mildew and like the vines and like the gardens like coming in the house, and there's like dirt and like and it just seems really disgusting and like moldy and like how are people living in this? And so she
Mm-hmm.
wants to like totally redo the entire house and like spend those billions before Evander turns 18. And she brings her own, so she is suspicious because she brings her own tea and like refuses to drink like anything from the house. Like she knew that grandpa didn't actually die of an aneurysm. He died from like some other suspicious cause.
Yeah, so the cause of death that they say is an aneurysm. Evander thinks it's a murder. Yeah, and then Oleander comes and she's like, I would never drink the tea here, kind of thing. And she also drinks matcha, which I thought was funny because
That
Sebastian
makes
is
her evil.
obsessed with matcha. Apparently that's suspicious. She's super mean and like she makes the boys come to dinner one night and like serves steak, which like Laurie can't eat because he can't cut it.
Because of his
Um,
hand, yeah.
because
Or
of his
arm.
arm, which like Evander realizes. He's like, oh, she's not very nice. Like, what the heck? And then she like makes Lori like leave because he was like talking back to her and like being mean. And then Evander's like, he's just like always starving and was like obsessed with eating this steak because he like hasn't had meat before. Like licks his plate. I don't know. He's just like super, just like
Creepy.
the this yeah like creepy like I don't know. Talks about like it being all bloody and like yeah, he's just kind of interesting. That's Oleander. She's there, and then we meet two of the cousins who are Oleander's kids, right?
Bane is, I don't quite know who is.
Yeah. So Bane comes. He's like, what do you describe him? Kind of as like obsessed with money. I
Yeah.
forget what the how he used to describe him, but he had like his slick back, like blonde hair, and like a giant like gold watch, and like all this stuff. He had like cuts all over his forearms, which was kind of suspicious because, like, well, Evander thinks it's from like being in the garden, which meant like he could have been on the like estate at the time of the murder.
And he lives nearby, which
Mm-hmm.
Evander did not know. So that could have meant that he, yeah, was on the estate.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Azalea, which is, she's another family member and she just wants the money. That's the
Yeah,
only
she and
reason
Bane,
why
I
she's
think, are
there.
brother and sister, I'm pretty sure. And they also hate each other. Everyone hates each other, too.
They
And they
all
all
hate each
hate
other.
Lori. Just so weird. And then everyone's being super nice to Evander because he's the one who inherited all the money. He has, like, the most intense, like, social anxiety. Probably because he's been locked away in a room and not talked to anyone for, like, 7 years. But, like, he's just, like, constantly overwhelmed with, like, any sort of, like, conversation or, like, people, like, hugging him. He, like, hates it. Like,
Doesn't like being
that kind of
touched, yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And Carrington, who has been caring for Vander for the past 7 years, he's just disappeared. He was supposed to have gone to the hospital, because he, I don't know, was
Was
really
like in
sad.
shock after
Yeah,
the
after the
murder.
death.
Mm-hmm. Or the death.
But they
Post-mortem.
find out that he never went to the hospital, so
Yeah,
he's
he's
just been gone.
MIA. He's
So
MIA.
he gave, yeah, Mr. Lennox all tea that killed him, and then he's just gone. So we don't know if he poisoned him or what's
What?
happening. So he's very suspicious.
And Carrington was the one that would always give Evander his meds. And so Evander is just like off his meds right now. He is like going through withdrawal. Which I think is why he's so like hungry. He like mentioned that. That was like probably why he was so hungry. But like he goes into the conservatory and was like hiding from Lori in there and like eats some dirt.
He was
That
eating
was
dirt.
crazy.
He was eating. Oh, and
He
while
was
he's
so
eating
hungry,
dirt,
he was eating dirt.
he found a journal which was about like a bunch of like poisonous plants that were
Yes, it's
on,
the field guide to Hazelthorn.
yeah, which is a bunch of poisonous
So,
plants that were in the garden. And he's like, why are all these poisonous plants here?
yeah, so he started reading that to see what's in there. So, but yeah, so while he's eating dirt in this bag, he finds this the field guide in there. I don't know. I just thought that was crazy. So yeah. It's been an interesting read so far. I mean, we kind of talked about the relationship of Lori and Evander. I think Evander's becoming like a little conflicted because they're like getting closer now.
Yeah, like in his head, like Lori was like this evil person who he hated, but now he's like, oh wait, maybe Lori isn't who I thought he was, and maybe he's actually nice and like the reasons why he hates him are kind of changing, and Lori's like becoming his like only friend.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah,
like
and
when
Evander like sees him crying, like sees Lori crying like in the bathroom because of like his arm.
he's in a lot of pain from the
Yeah.
surgery that did not go well.
His messed up arm. So then like Evander's like conflicted. He's like, I hate you, but now I feel bad for you. And like Lori's trying to kind of I think is starting to think it's also been a murder. Because at first Lori was like, no, he just died. Like he's gone. We hate him. Like good
Who
riddance.
cares? Yeah.
Yeah. But now Lori's like, oh, maybe there was a murder. So he's like kind of trying it seems like he's trying to help Evander, but he's also being kind of like elusive, where Evander's like, can you just like tell me like what happened when we were kids? Like, I just don't remember. And he's like, well, you need to start asking the right questions, kind of thing, which is like, okay, just like tell him. So he's kind of a little butt.
And did you get to the part when Evander has the weird dream?
I mean, he has a lot of weird dreams, but no, I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay. All right. So then I'll save that. Because he
I
has a
got to
weird
the
dream.
part, though, where like the doors open in the middle of the night.
No, that was just another weird. There's like a lot of
Okay.
weird things happening in this state. So like the door that's usually locked becomes unlocked, or the door that's closed to his room opens in the middle of the night. Or um what are some other weird things? Um well, I mean there's the garden. That's everyone seems to
Yes.
avoid. Like
Everyone avoids the garden.
you don't go in the garden if you want to come out alive is basically what the vibe is. And did you get to the part with the red door?
No.
Oh, okay. There's like a
Don't
creepy
tell
red
me.
door. And
Okay,
you're
it's a
like,
creepy red door. Well, I'm excited.
You're like,
Yeah.
what is really happening here?
Yeah. So it's very suspicious. There's a lot going on. And it's like not helpful because like our narrator isn't super reliable and like has no memory of things. Yeah. So it's been interesting. Is there anything else you wanna talk about? I don't know. I mean, do you
Um,
think that like Evander I mean, is it just there has to be more than just him being like autistic or having like social anxiety. I mean, this seems like way more intense than that.
so, well, okay. Who do you think did it?
Who did the
Okay,
murder?
well, let's start with, yeah. Do you think Grandpa was murdered? Let's start with that.
Yes. Yeah.
I do too. But
I
then,
think
like,
so.
who do you think did it? I guess because, like, we included, like, all the relatives, but I didn't include the garden. Like, what if the garden is the one who killed Grandpa?
Well,
Like,
I think part of the garden did, right? Someone who was aware of the garden and what it could
oh, like, you think
do.
they used one of the
They
poisonous
used
plants to
Yes.
kill
So I think the
Grandpa?
field guide's going to get us there to which poisonous plant was used for the murder. And like someone hid it then in this dirt bag. But I don't know. I think that the murderer is either Lori or Carrington, the butler. And I think we're going to learn that Lori maybe I think we're going to learn that Lori is actually like a good kid and like whatever happened on that day when he tried to bury Evander alive. I think I don't know if like we'll learn that he was like possessed or something crazy happened or whatever reason, and I think we'll learn that Lori is actually like a good kid or misunderstood or was, had a rough upbringing. And yeah.
Yes,
So it could be like a murder for like good reasons, kind of like the Lost Apothecary, where people were like murdering, their bad husbands. I don't think Mr. Lennox Hall was a good guy, and he was clearly like abusing these boys and like performing creepy surgeries on them. So yeah,
it could have been that Lori was trying to protect Evander.
yeah, something like that.
And I'm very suspicious of Evander. He doesn't have a good memory of anything. I don't know, like the woods, the garden really calls to him. Like he
Mm-hmm.
has some weird connection to it. But I
Yeah.
think Lori does too. But I don't know. I think Evander. I
Is the
mean,
murderer?
I don't know. They lock him in the room for some reason. There's got to be, a reason why he's not allowed in the gardens because Lori is. And so I
Yeah.
don't
But who
know.
unlocked the door to let him out?
He's just, I mean, Lori could have, but like, we don't, I mean, Vander could have stolen the keys. We don't know this. He's lived in that house for a very long time. He could have figured out a way to
To
unlock the
escape.
door.
Hmm.
And he just doesn't remember that he opened it or whatever.
Okay. The butler's super suspicious. Like, where did he
Yeah,
go? This happened. Murder happened. He brought Mr. Lennox all the tea. He dies. Carrington just
that is
completely
true.
disappears and like lies to everyone. Says like I'm in the hospital and he's not. So where did this person go? He at least has information. I don't know if he's the one who did it, but he like has info that we need to know. So I think he's coming back. So yeah, any other predictions or
Um,
thoughts? Or what do you think of the book so far?
I think it's intriguing. I don't quite know what's going to happen, which is kind of fun. There's a lot of different ways it could go, and maybe we haven't even thought of how it's going to go yet. So it's kind of exciting. I wanted to finish it, and I had to stop myself. So it
I'm
was
glad you
good.
stopped. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really good. The writing's really good. Very visual, like I can visualize like the estate and everything. And yeah, it's super creepy. I think Evander's super interesting, also very unreliable, and like just his descriptions of like I don't know, I'm like kind of obsessed with him like just his like stomach's like growling. I don't know. He's like always feeling so many feelings and he's like, I want to like peel my skin off and like let it dry on the clothes hanger and just like take a nap and like somewhere. And I'm like, oh my God, what? I don't know. His just descriptions of stuff are like really interesting. I think it'll be an interesting ending for sure.
And do you talk to your plants? Do you think these plants are like sentient and
Alive.
like have like their own agenda, or is this in his head, or is this
I have no
something totally
idea.
like magic, or I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't talk to my plants, and
Oh,
if
you
I
don't?
did, it would be sad because they're not doing very well right now.
They're not doing well in the
They'd be like,
winter.
please water us. I kind of forget to do that a lot. So, no, I don't talk to my plants. You talk to your plants? I see your plants above you.
I don't talk to them. Sebastian's the waterer.
Oh,
So
okay.
they would also be like, please don't leave us.
More
Yeah.
water.
More
I'm trying.
water.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for the next half of the book. Cool. So, how is your word of the month? Give me the tea. Going book search. That
It's
was not a
good. I
clear
got a
question,
book.
but you know
This
what I mean.
book, this time, like I usually pick like 10 books and then I narrow it down. This time I found one and I'm like, this is it. And so I'm
Wow.
excited.
Cool. I actually think this book would have been good for Give Me the Tea because he drank the tea and died. I don't have a pick yet. I have to think about that. But we'll see. And hopefully we'll get our London traveler on next episode.
Yeah, hopefully
To
she's available.
I think she's reading Hazelthorn, so we'll see if she's available.
Sweet.
Cool. Anything else? We good?
I think we're good. Well, happy Valentine's Day ahead of time.
Yes.
Do you
Happy
have any
Valentine's
plans?
Day. We're going to dinner. Get some
Oh,
sushi. Yeah.
sushi night.
That's it.
Nice.
What about you?
I haven't thought that far ahead. I just remembered though.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
wanted to wish everyone. It's important for some people. So happy Valentine's Day.
Yes. We love you all. Well, thanks so much for listening to episode 17. You can leave us a comment or review. We would love to connect with you. You can find us on Instagram at Let's Get Cozy Book Club or YouTube, or email
Whoop,
us
whoop.
at letsgetcozybookclub@gmail.com. Join us in 2 weeks where we discuss Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. And until then, stay
Stay
cozy.
cozy. I did better this time.
It was better. Yeah.